Sunday morning, bright and early, sunny day today after a whole day of rain yesterday, which is going to help the grass grow a little bit better. So, Dewalt strimmer, we're back on this. I've had this for 3 months now and it's been absolutely abused every day near enough. And can I fault it? Yeah, it's got a couple of little niggles with it. This is just constantly blocked, and you're constantly having to scrape it out, blow it out. You can't really do anything like that with it, because if you do that, it tends to push it in. I'm going to take it off in a minute. I'm going to show you what the screen's like underneath. But as soon as you clean it and you use it, it's just blocked up again. Now this has not affected how it's used one bit. It's never stopped. It doesn't get hot, anything like that. It doesn't do anything. So it's there obviously for a reason. Bit of ventilation, I don't know, but as I say, it hasn't affected it, but it is a pain in the arse. I think Dewalt, really, you should either remanufacture this so it's not constantly like that, because all the stuff flies up and it just sits on top, and it's like that all the time. Let me whip the top off and I'll show you the screen inside. So it isn't hard. Flathead screwdriver. As I say, it's not affected how it works. Still works great. Got no complaints about the power of it. It's got enough. Would you like a bit more? Of course you would. But as you've seen in the last video, it's more than capable of chopping stuff down. Now, when you get to really big stuff like waist height and it's really long, and you get down the bottom of it, then it wind itself up and you'll jam it up, and there's no two ways about it. But I've had that with all trimmers, to be fair, so I'm not going to say it's this particular one that does it, but it will jam up if you try to do, I'd say, above waist height grass. So once you take these off, I'll show you inside. Just a little bit of dust in there. It's not filled up or anything like that, but it does get a little bit dusty in there. I say it doesn't affect how it's used or anything like that. Stay there. Come on. What do you mean? Stay there. I'm going to put you in the vise in a minute. Hold still. Right, if you stand there. There you go, that's better for you. So inside, can you see? There's a little mesh screen. And that mesh screen really is not held in by a lot at all. It's just literally pushed in. You can literally pull it out. And there's your little mesh screen filter, which you need to brush off, blow out. Be careful what you're using if you're using sprays, because it's electric and it'll go poof. So inside, I don't know if you can see, it's filled up. So the screen's doing its job. Is that better? What I tend to have is a little brush, just to give it a clean. But as I say, it doesn't stay clean very long, so you've got to be really careful with this mesh screen, because it's quite flimsy. And I tend to use a bit of not that. What am I using? I usually run a bit of brake cleaner through it. Just give it a spray off, clean it up. As I say, let all your vapours disappear before you fire it up, because you don't want it to go bang. And that's it. And it literally just pushes in, which again I think is a bad design. Could be a better design, because if you're on the top and you brush the top, you end up brushing it into the machine, so it isn't the best, but it's not the worst. As I say, it's not affected the machine whatsoever. It still works fine, absolutely bang on whether it's blocked up or not. As I say, I think they could redesign this cap, make some kind of helmet on it so it's vented out the back, so it's not getting crap all over it. So that's cleaned. And apart from cleaning it, that's really all the maintenance there is to do on it. There isn't a lot to do with it at all. Just give it a clean wipe it over now and again. And as I say, it does a decent job for what it is. Battery wise, I think I've said before, if you're a homeowner, you know, one battery will probably be more than enough for you. More than enough. And if you're not, and you're a domestic person, as I say, this gets used every day with me. At the minute I've got 3 batteries, and that lasts all day. On a really bad day I'll burn up all 3, but most days I don't use them all. But I am going to get another one, so I'm going to have 4 altogether for this. But it's not just for this, it's for the hedge trimmers as well. And as I say, at some point I will be getting a leaf blower when the mount field packs up. I'm just going to show you the what's left of the Dewalt strimmer head. We've obviously changed it because we've gone through it. So I'd say 3 months of use we've had. And that's what's left of it. It's actually broken. Big pieces broken off there. So you need to be careful about stuff like this. If you get any lumps missing out of this thing will vibrate. You'll feel it because it'll be out of balance really bad. I think, to be fair, just losing this bit here has made it a little bit out of balance. So when they wear down, replace them. These heads, they're all right, but they're not the best. Again, the undercap, that tends to get blocked up, and if that gets blocked up, you won't be able to do your release mechanism to get you more string out, your bump mode or whatever. So you've got to keep an eye on that as well, that doesn't get too caked up. That's alright like that, but as I say, long grass, it gets in there, winds itself in, and it just stops it from bouncing. It will wind itself in there as well. Now we've gone back on the Echoes. It's a smaller head, slightly smaller head. It's not that much smaller, it's a bit smaller head, which I believe gives us a bit more let me try and measure it. I believe it might give us a little bit more string from there to there. Maybe not, maybe wrong. You're getting 14 centimeters. What's that? 14. 28. It's not right, is it? 28? How can that be 28? Oh, yeah. 6, 12. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway. Works back. I prefer these heads. These are Echoes. They are not genuine, they are Chinese. And you can buy the replacement caps on their own. And you can get like 4 caps for like, I don't know, 10, 15 quid, something like that. So you just replace the caps, you haven't got to replace the whole unit, which makes life a lot easier. Even the cheap Chinese ones are decently thick. And they do last quite well, so I'm happy with them. They do a bigger one as well. I haven't actually got a strimmer head for one of these because these were ordered by mistake. So I was trying to order them and ended up buying these. So at some point I'm going to get, this is a 450 and that's a 400 I believe. That's 10 centimeters, that's 12 centimeters. So they're far superior, and if say if you watch any videos on YouTube about the American lads, all the American lads rave about these, think they're nuts. Say whatever you like, still this, that, whatever, but these are just so much easier. Strimmer heads to use. So what I was going to say about this Dewalt strimmer, apart from cleaning it, that's what you need to do. I will say also as well is where the battery goes, you want to get that clean as well, because what happens is you get a bit of crap in there and the batteries tend to jam up a little bit, maybe stick. So every now and again just get that inside there a bit of a clean, bit of a wipe round, and you'll be good to go. As far as the battery goes, as I say, I've gone with the aftermarket. I've bought 2 of those, the Whately ones, and if you ever watch Project Farm, he did a review and they came out pretty damn close to the Dewalts. In fact, they were actually better value over the long run, Dewalts. Whether they last as long, we don't know, but they are pretty okay, pretty decent. I'm more than happy with them. Say for what they cost, 75 quid. And that's all I can tell you. I'd say 3 months that lasted. I'd say it's not the best one I've ever used, and the string can be dead fiddly to push through sometimes, and you do end up taking the cap off to get at it. Even though it's, to be fair, it's pretty easy to get the caps off these. They do come off pretty well. Some of them get jammed up on the old ones, but these ones come up pretty easy. But say you can't buy the caps for these, as far as I know. You can't buy the heads. So basically this is now just junk, innit? Which is a shame, because why can't you just sell us the heads, Dewalt? Or why isn't someone making them copies? I mean, even in the middle, they're not the thickest. These are not the thickest. Not by a long shot. I think that these feel thicker than them. So overall, Dewalt 54 volt brushless strimmer. Yeah, it's, to be fair, it's made my life so much easier. You just pull it out of the van and it's gone. You go in. As I say, you know, if you're ploughing a field every day with it, it's probably not what you want to do. But if you're doing a bit of garden maintenance, in and out of gardens, homeowner, fantastic. I mean, I say average probably use it on, I don't know, 4 to 6 gardens a day, depending on the size. And it gets used every day and it gets abused. 3-year warranty, so worth the money. A little bit of a shock when you shell out for it, but you know, that's life, I'm afraid. And the way it's going at the minute, with the fuel prices going up and the environmental thing, if you look in any kind of garden machinery shop now, all the battery stuff's coming in, and it's coming in quick. Not sure about the lawnmowers. I mean, I've seen a couple of videos on the lawnmowers, but so I just wanted to add a little bit onto the end of the video there, cut out, and just like to say that if you are thinking about purchasing not this particular strimmer, but if you are thinking about going battery, think about it in the long run. Okay, now I know everyone rates Stihl and Stihl make the best stuff and all this kind of shit, right? But if you buy a Stihl, them batteries are gonna power what? Your trimmers, your strimmers, and that's it. They ain't gonna power anything else. You're gonna be having all your batteries just powering them things. And if that's if that's what you want, then I understand it. If you've got a team of people, there's no two ways about it. That's probably the way you're going to go. If you're a one-man band like myself, personally, I'd rather have more options, because the batteries in these are going to power drills, torque wrenches, saws, hedge cutters, grinders, whatever. You've got that option. You're not being limited to just putting your battery into one particular item. So, I'm not saying to you, go out and buy this Dewalt strimmer, it's the nuts. I'm just saying to you, think about it. There's this the Ego ones as well. You go out and you spend all your money on Ego, 500 quid, 700 quid, or whatever it is. Them batteries are only going to power them tools. They're not going to power anything else, whereas Dewalt has the options to power other things. So just something to think about before you go out and you purchase something else. I've made the decision that I'm going to stick with Dewalt. I'm just going to get myself tied into these batteries, because I want to just basically want to have one battery for everything eventually, and that's the way forward for me. For you, it might be a different story, but as I say, think about it carefully before you go out and spend your money on, Stihl, Ego stuff, whatever, because them batteries are just going to power them things and nothing else, because they don't make power tools. So think about that. Happy days.